Hey everybody, it's Joric. Welcome back. I hope you're doing great wherever you are in the world. Today I wanted to talk about a new kind of line of videos I'm going to be making about some smaller or more rural communities around Portugal. So as you're thinking about making a move here or you're looking to commit long term, maybe you're going to buy someplace or looking to rent, that outside of, let's say, Lisbon, Porto, and the cities in the Algarve, looking at maybe some options that are going to be good for you and places that maybe aren't talked about all that much on social media. So today I want to talk about Avis, Portugal. So let's go to the map here. As you can see, it's a little over a 2-hour drive from Lisbon. It's in the Alentejo region. And it's also about an hour and a half from the Spanish border. So if you want to get into Spain, it's close. If you want to get into a major city of Lisbon for things, it's fairly close as well. Um, it's got about 5,000 residents that are in this area. And I was there last year on a couple of occasions looking at property, and one particular client who wanted to write a book. So he wanted he wanted to get out of the city, he wanted rural life, let's say authentic Portugal. And it's a cool little town to be in. And around it are a lot of opportunities for people to find homes to live for a small community. Now, if we're looking at rentals here, and I pulled them up, there's not a lot of rentals to pick from. It's more of if you're looking to buy. As you can see here, there are a few more options. And as for a small municipality like this, I think this is a fair amount of options. Rentals starting, or excuse me, property starting for 50,000 and up for apartments to well over €1 million for places if you want like a farmhouse with a vineyard or orchards and a lot of space. You can do that here in this particular area. And I just thought the place was really, I don't know, it was very cool and laid back. And as I kept looking at places, again, not a lot of rentals, but as you're looking at different parts of Portugal, and if you want that more rural or rustic life, this may be a great option because, again, it puts you not that far from Lisbon, also not that far from Spain. You're in the wine region of the Alentejo. It's a small community, which is great. But I come across a number of people that I meet. Sometimes they just moved here or they're on a scouting trip and they talk about what their 3, 5, 7 year plan is. And many people talk about, well, I'm retired, but I'd love to have like a opportunity to have a farmhouse with a big garden and maybe some apples or oranges. Maybe I can grow some grapes and learn how to do like viticulture work and have like a little winery or maybe just enough that I can bottle for our family and friends. So that's something that in this area, I think it's very affordable. It's certainly more affordable than if you're going to be in Lisbon or Porto for the similar types or same types of property. And something about this area, although it seems more remote, and it is, there are a lot of foreigners that go there because just outside of Avis is a world class rowing center. And there are many Olympians and Olympic hopefuls that go there to train, as well as there are people from all over the world that are novices that want to have an experience. And so it's outside the city a little bit. The town has its own hotel and training facility. Very beautiful area. And just to go into that area and the countryside to take some shots of Portugal are also very cool. I like the Alentejo region itself. And Avis is something that may be right up your alley as I continue this series of more rural or not that often mentioned places. That's a mouthful. I hope that you might want to look at it and do some research and maybe make a road trip if you want kind of a country lifestyle. Now, again, some of the downsides of a rural community, and I don't look at this as a downside, but you might. You do need to know the language. You don't have to know it fluently, but you do need to know Portuguese fairly well, I think, especially because your neighbors out in the country may not be necessarily speaking any English. And then there's also no guarantee that you will be able to assimilate in with your neighbors. Now, there's no guarantee here in Lisbon either, so that's something that it's you do the best you can, and hopefully you can mix and mingle as you see fit. But it is a place to consider. So as I keep throwing these options out to you, please comment if you live in this area or if you've been in this area, if you like it or you don't. But I'm hopeful that over the course of maybe the next year or two, I can build up a list of not often sought out or not highly publicized places here that people may want to consider for setting up where they're going to live and retire here in Portugal. As always, thank you so much for taking the time to watch the video and enjoy your travels.